Good morning all. Welcome to today's webinar on GST switch under 60 minutes, print profiles and upgrade to GST. The webinar will begin shortly, but before that let me guide you on few basics. If you are using webinar in your mobile, please double click on your mobile to have a clear view of the screen. And in case at any time if you want to ask any queries or clarifications needed, press on the question mark button available in your webinar screen and type and send us your queries. We will be happy to answer them all. The webinar will begin shortly. Good morning all. We welcome you all to the webinar of GoFrugal RPOS7 switch under 60 minutes and upgrade to GST. In today's webinar, I will be guiding you from scratch how to have your transition to GST. So even if you are in any of the older version, don't worry, I will be guiding you from the scratch so that you can ensure your smooth GST transition. Let me guide you step by step. The first step would be to update minimum RC 99.5 version. In this version, we have given provision to map all your masters and update them with the correct data. The GST master updations include GST tax percentage mapping for item master, your GST IN number mapping for all your customers, mainly B2B customers, the GST number updation of your supplier master, and in case if you want to claim your input credit for even your freight charges, you have to give your GST number of transporters master. We want to make a note that in all your masters there will be a separate tab for GST under which all the GST related fields will be there. So no need to worry, we will be having a clear picture and a UI so that you can update your masters with ease. There is also a self-help video playlist available for RC 99.5 basic masters updation. I will show you how to navigate to that playlist so that you can have a clear GST transition. In your web browser, go to youtube.com, search for our channel GoFrugal. In the channel of GoFrugal Technologies, under the playlist menu, you are having a separate video for everything, and for you to be this GST transition easy, we have also created a single video which will help you to transit to GST with ease. I also want to make a note that all the masters and GST related videos are available in multi languages. That is, the videos are available in English, Hindi and Tamil, so that we can reach out to all the customers and ensure their smooth GST transition. This is the playlist for GoFrugal RPOS7 GST transition chapter 1. Also, you have the playlist for all the products, and in this playlist all the products we will be guiding you to upgrade to GST from scratch. Once you open this playlist, you will be having GoFrugal RPOS7 GST transition in one video. I will paste this link in your chat screen. Please make a note of it, save it so that you can use it for future purposes. Once you are done with all your basic masters, you can update to the next version patch and do some basic transactions in practice mode. Practice mode is a special feature developed by GoFrugal so that all of our customers can actually operate on their live data, and without affecting the live database, they can see how the current database will be getting affected in GST. For example, if I am having around 100 items and stocks for it in my store, once I create a practice database, all these 100 items will also be migrated to practice. So once I make a transactions there, I can check how it will be, how it is going to be like in GST. For example, till date, the item which was being billed for 5% tax might have 12% and also maybe exclusive or inclusive. So once I practice in my practice database, I will be having a clear knowledge on how it will be after upgrading to GST. Also, make note that this practice transactions will not reflect in your live database, so you can smoothly run your business one side, and at the same time in other system you can also practice and train your new employees and staffs to bill in GST. As we all know, there is no success while practicing, but there is without practice there is no success. In the chat link, I have given the video for practice database creation also. Please have a look on how to create practice database and work on practice transactions. Make sure that you have creating the practice database in server alone. Once the practice database is created in server, you can work by logging in any of the clients. So the creation is only on server, but working can be in any client. In RC 99.9, we have made major enhancements as in for print profiles and the switch to upgrade to GST. Print profiles, we have given choice as in whatever profiles you are using right now, that will get exactly migrated by taking a copy and changing all the VAT related fields to GST. For example, even if you are using Tamil or Hindi regional language in your bill print with VAT format, once you migrate to GST, the same profile will be there, with an exception that instead of VAT, we will be showing the GST percentage. And the calculation of VAT also will be replaced by GST calculated tax amount. But in this profile, we can't split up and show the GST as SGST and CGST. For few businesses, it is mandatory that for SGST and CGST split up to be shown in sales bill. In that case, we have also given default print profiles for all available sizes as in the A4, A5, 3-inch thermal, 4-inch thermal, 40 column dot matrix printer, 80 column dot matrix printer, and so on. So whatever the standard sizes your paper is and the printer you are having, for all the designs we have default print profiles created by GoFrugal and provided to all the customers. The next major enhancement would be the switch from VAT to GST. Till date, or even it's July 2 now, and till date you might be continuing your bill in VAT. So the moment you want to switch to GST, we have provided the option from RC 99.9 itself. I want to make a note that the latest version now is RC 99.11, which means after the GST switch, we have also released 2 immediate patches with major enhancements so that our customers can have a simpler GST transition. As informed, this print profile, there are 2 options. Either you can migrate all your old profiles to new GST profiles and map the same, which will be done by default, or if you want to map some new default print profiles that we created, you can do the same by mapping the profile in device settings. Let me show you how to map print profiles. Click on Go, type device settings, and in device settings you will be having print profile settings. So once you have switched to GST, you will be having profile selection GST, which will be active, which means for sales you can map any profile that you are having here. Different paper sizes are available as in 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, 80 column, A4 laser, A5 laser. This is specifically for pharmacy vertical. If you have already using some profile and you want to use the same after GST switch also, there is a provision that the existing profile will be migrated and automatically the VAT will be migrated to GST. So GoFrugal provides this automated solution for you just because we care for you and we don't want your business to stop at any time. Once you have mapped the print profile here, you can click on OK and save the device settings. This is how you can map the profile for any transactions, and n number of profiles are available. Like you can be mapping the profiles for sales, sales order, purchase, purchase order, receipt note, delivery note, sales return, purchase return, and all. Let me show you how a migrated print profile will look like. Before GST, my profile would have looked like this, where I would be having a separate column for VAT percentage, and here in details I will be having tax details which shows the VAT. But once I have migrated to GST, this VAT percentage will automatically change to GST percentage and the GST tax will be displayed. But make note that this GST will not be split into SGST and CGST as of now. The SGST CGST split up is given only in our default print profiles. Moving further, the upgrade to GST switch has been given in RC 99.9. The major notification in this switch is once the switch has been completed, you can't make any VAT transactions. So make sure that you have completed all the VAT transactions, because once the switch has been made, you will be allowed only to edit the VAT transactions but cannot create new VAT transactions even in backdate. Also make sure there is no pending receipt note, delivery note and net rate transactions. And if you are using service module, the service module transaction should also be complete, because in delivery note we might have sold for 5% or 0% in VAT, but when the customer comes to pay and converts it as a sales bill, it must be billed on GST. This will lead to a mismatch, and hence all the pending receipt note, delivery note should be completed before making the switch. And also make sure that all the clients must be turned off before making the switch. You may be having 10 plus systems, but the switch must be done only in server. No need to repeat the process in client. Once it is done in server and the clients are connected to server, the clients will automatically restart. And once the server is automatically restart, and after the client is open, the client will also be billed in GST mode only. The upgrade to GST process is very simple. In your tools menu, you will be having a menu called upgrade to GST. Make sure you read all the prerequisites before switching, give your admin password, and that's it. You have converted to GST mode successfully. Let me show you how to do the switch. And also I want to make a note that for pharmacy vertical alone, we have given a simple feature for bulkly mapping the GST percentage for items based on current VAT percentage. For example, for pharmacy verticals, we have been told that all the VAT 0% items are also billed in 0% only after GST. So once you go for upgrade to GST here, you will be popped up with VAT versus GST update. Make a note, this is only for pharmacy. This window will come only for pharmacy customers, which is a standalone. Okay. And this will display the VAT percentage for 0%. This will be, the item count is 30,000. So if you want to map all these 30,000 items with GST tax 0%, you can do the same here. And for VAT 5%, 5.5 or 6, the present item that you are having is 17,000. And if you want to map the same 5% here, you can map as GST 5%. And please make sure this is not the accurate data, but we just hope that this will not affect your huge database and make your work much simpler. We are sure that for VAT 0%, there is only GST 0% map, but for VAT 5% and 12%, the tax may vary. But for time being, if you are not having sufficient data or if you are having incorrect data, it is better to go with this bulk update and do the update. Once you get the correct data, you can map it manually from item master or even from your bulk update screen. Once this is done, click on the checkbox after carefully reading the risks and terms and then agree to update. Once you are done with this, there will be a pop-up for upgrade to GST. For all customers who are not using pharmacy, once they click on upgrade to GST, this is the screen that is going to be popped up. So if you go to tools and upgrade to GST, this will be the next screen. Read the prerequisites, give your admin password and click on switch to GST mode. Once you have switched to GST mode, we will display a pop-up message congratulating your upgrade to GST, and the application will auto restart after applying the GST changes. So click on OK. The application will automatically restart. Give your admin password. Once logged in, you can verify the same in your sales bill. The calculation will now be on GST. Till your GST switch, the calculation would have been in VAT, but once the switch is made, the calculation is on GST. You can verify the upgradation by checking in your sales bill the calculation of VAT or GST. Till date, let me specify you the data. Around 3000 customers have successfully applied the RC 99.10 or above versions, out of which 1500 plus customers have confidently switched to GST, which means they have started the journey with GoFrugal in their GST mode. This has been possible only by the efforts of customers totally. We have been servicing them in group mode like webinars, the help videos, my GoFrugal notifications, desktop notifications, and majorly our chatbot Chitty. All the 3000 customers who have applied to the latest patch made use of these digital tools and ensured their success in GST transition. Many of you customers will be belonging to the 3000. If you are not, we request you to update your patch immediately and switch to GST mode. I know many of you are having doubts on our chatbot Chitty, whether the Chitty will be able to service all your customers, all your queries. We are sure that Chitty is learning very fast, and per day it's responding 1000 plus customers. On its 1 week, it has learned so much that it is able to service 1000 plus unique customers of GoFrugal. So if you are having a suspicion or a dilemma on Chitty, let me also show you a demo on how Chitty works. Go to our GoFrugal page. And in our GoFrugal page, you will be having a chat icon. Click on chat to identify your customer ID. Chitty will pop up a message asking your mobile number. You can give your mobile number and click on enter. Chitty will automatically identify your mobile number. With the message, it will give you with help documents and registration links for webinar and our updated help videos. If I have any question, I can ask to Chitty, like, now I want to know what is the latest version or what will be the bill number sequence. I will ask Chitty what will be the bill number sequence. Chitty responds, the bill invoice number sequence will be continuous even after the GST transition. Both tax and retail invoice number sequence will be continuous. New sequence will be generated only for the bill of supply customer type. So Why wait? Post all your queries to Chitti and get it solved instantly. Even if you are having any further doubts, I can proceed with my next question also. Like, what is the latest version? Now, Chitti responds me to check myself by clicking on updates button. Yeah, because the latest version will keep on changing every week. So it is better to make use of our updates button available here. As of now, I have updated till RC 99.11 and my software is up to date. If there are any updates available after this, this icon will change to red color and you can download the new update and apply the patch. Hope all of you are now confident about Chitti. Whatever queries you are posting in webinar now will also be answerable by Chitti now itself. If you are having any queries regarding GST from scratch till the switch, post your queries by clicking on the question icon. I will be happy to answer them all. Waiting for your questions, please take out your mobile, click on that question mark, type and send us your queries. Guruswamy has asked that for each and every item, he wants to print the HSN code in the bill print itself. Mr. Guruswamy, actually that is not mandatory by government, but if you wish to do so, once RC 99.12 is released, you can place a text field for HSN and also the corresponding HSN code function field in the detail section. Once you do that, you will be having a separate column for HSN code and you can replicate the same in your bill print design. Till RC 99.11 we have not given the HSN code in as a function field in the print design tool. So once the next patch is released, you will be able to map the HSN code in your bill print design. Mr. Sasikumar has asked that whether he can apply directly to 99.10 or 11 before switching. Yes, Sasikumar, even if you are in 95 version now, you can update directly to 99.11 and then make all your updations as in the basic transactions, the basic masters updation, then the transactions, and then you can perform your GST upgradation with confidence. So from 99.5 you can apply any patch. The minimum required version is 99.5. You can directly apply the latest patch also to upgrade to GST and also give all the correct data in the respective masters. Mr. Prakash Shah has asked whether he will be able to see the split up of GST like SGST, CGST in reports. Yes, Mr. Prakash, in all the reports you will be having separate column for SGST and CGST. You can use the same even in sales register reports. Mr. Rajendran Subbaya has asked, he is in older version and still billing in VAT mode. Mr. Rajendran, you can apply the patch and then switch to GST. That is not a problem. First, complete your patch updation and then in the latest version you will be having upgrade to GST. You can confidently go for it after updating your masters. Make a note that once you have upgraded to GST, there will be no VAT transactions. You can't make any VAT transactions, even a single bill. Mr. Gururaj has asked a good question on the provision of GST return filing. Mr. Gururaj, you are thinking way forward and we really appreciate that. As you all know, GoFrugal is a GST Suvidha provider and we will be providing you the interface to file your GST returns. That is, you will be having a separate login in our portal through which you can file your GST returns to GSTN. But the government has shared their API to develop our tool just now on July 1. That's why they have given relaxation for 2 months. That is, for July month return can be filed on September also. So before September, you will definitely be having our GST portal through which you can file your returns. If you want to do on the same month itself, no need to worry. If your GSTN registered, you can directly file your return through the GSTN page. Mr. Venkateshwaran Rajaraman has asked whether there is a single separate master to upgrade all GST fields. No, Mr. Venkateshwaran. The masters, everything is same, but in every master you will be having a separate GST tab which you can use to give the GST fields specific to that masters. For example, I may be having 1000 items. I can't give the GST percentage for 1000 items in another master other than item master. So once you open the item master, there will be a GST tab under which you can map the GST tax percentage for each and every item. Mr. Syed Kazim Reza has asked whether it is mandatory to split up and show the CGST, SGST in our invoice. No, Mr. Syed, it is not mandatory to show the split up. Only if your distributor, that is for your B2B customers, you are selling to another business, then in the tax invoice, it is mandatory that you split up and show the tax. For your end users, that is customers, it is not needed that you show your VAT split up in your sales invoice. Ms. Indumati has asked whether HSN code is mandatory in bill. No, Ms. Indumati, the same answer as before. It is not mandatory if you are selling it to your customers, and it is required if you are a distributor and you are selling to another distributor. And that is also not mandatory as of now for common verticals. The government is not clear on these terms, but as of now, the HSN code in your invoice is not at all mandatory. Please post your questions so that I will be happy to answer all those. We are having a fresh morning, so post all your questions and I will be happy to answer them all so that you can have a confident GST switch from VAT. Already 1500 customer plus have switched to GST and most of them are attending this webinar. This switch has been successful for them just because they used our digital tools like webinars, self-help videos, my GoFrugal apps. Mr. Sasikumar Sitaraman has asked, his turnover is less than 20 lakhs, which means he is not in composition scheme. So once he switched to GST, whether his bill will display the GST percentage tax. Yes, Mr. Sasikumar, once you have upgraded to GST, all the bills you are going to make will be in GST. The return filing may not be mandatory, but the billing should be in GST. It is better you have a word with your tax consultant and mail us what the tax consultant says you. We can definitely replicate that in our software. You can either continue to bill in VAT without switching to GST, or you can also switch to GST and do your billing. The slab composition scheme has been kept only for return filings. So better you consult your tax consultant or auditor and mail us your final decision. Ram Prasad has asked whether that bulk update during the upgrade to GST is available for any vertical. No, Mr. Ram Prasad, that VAT versus GST mapping is available only for standalone pharmacy vertical. The help video has been of the same has been uploaded to our YouTube channel. Please make use of all the self-help videos available in our YouTube channel related to RPOS7 to ensure your smooth GST transition. Mr. Prakash Shah has asked whether he will be able to cancel any bill immediately after making. The cancellation of sales bill has no change from VAT to GST. Once you make a bill, you can also cancel by using the same procedure in GST also. Mr. Syed Kazim Reza has again asked whether he can use the MIT tools even after upgrading to GST. Yes, Mr. Syed, even if you upgrade to GST and your masters need to be updated, you can use the MIT sheet anytime. Give the correct data in your MIT sheet and import it to the software to continue your billing successfully in GST mode. Mr. Yatin Shah has asked whether he will be able to edit the old bill in VAT. Yes, Mr. Yatin, you will be able to edit the old bills and save the bill in VAT itself. So, if you perform switch and want to edit the bills that have been made before switch, you can successfully edit them and save them in VAT itself. GST will not be applied to the old bills. Mr. Yatin Shah has once again asked whether he will be able to edit any sales transactions like sales return. Yes, Mr. Yatin Shah, you can edit them even after upgrading to GST. Dear customers, we are waiting for your question. Post any queries regarding GST with GoFrugal. Mr. Nandakumar is asking us to show how the bulk update can be done. Mr. Nanda, please watch the screen. Now, in your item master, under your control tab, you will be having a bulk update screen. Click on the bulk update function key, and in that all your items will be loaded with all the available details. Here, for example, all the GST tax is mapped as of now. If you want to change all the GST 0% to GST 5%, okay, then filter this searching all the GST 0 tax percent. Once you give this filter and click on enter, only the GST 0% will be getting loaded here. So once if you want to change this GST 0% to any other value, down click on the first row, choose the value to which you want to change. For example, if you want to change to GST 3%, select the GST 3%, click enter to confirm the value. Once you are done that, in that first row itself, please click on copy, that is control plus C, copy, and then click Control Shift and V to paste this. Once you give the command Control Shift plus V, we will be asking whether to paste on entire column. Click on yes so that all the 0% will be changed to 3%. You can now save the same so that all your masters, that is the 30,000 records which were in VAT 0% has been modified. Click on yes to confirm the changes, and now all your VAT 0% will get converted to GST, sorry, all your GST 0% will get converted to GST 3%. Even if you are unsure in any time of this process, we have a help function key here. Once you click that, whatever the process I told just now will be available in detail as text. Prakash J. Shah has asking, for time being, he has given some GST tax percentage, and after getting the correct tax percentage, can it be edited and changed? Yes, Mr. Prakash, whatever values you are giving will ensure your continuous business. If you have later only obtain your correct data, you can change it anytime in your masters. For example, for the 10 days I have billed in GST 0%, and on 11th day I get to know that it should be billed on GST 3%. Then on the 11th day you can go to item master, load that particular item in edit mode and change it to GST 3%. Once you have done that, you can save the bill in GST from then, but make sure the first 1 to 10 days that bill will be in GST 0% alone, and that can't be changed. Ms. Indumati has asked whether she can transfer from warehouse to branch which has been invoiced in VAT. That is why I told Ms. Indumati all the net trade transactions should be complete before upgrading to GST. So complete this VAT transactions, receive it at your outlet, and then upgrade to GST in both your places. Mr. Bhavin Rambia has said that many of the customers are interested in GoFrugal. Thank you, Mr. Bhavin. We are really glad to hear that. Mr. Prakash J. Shah has also said that the GoFrugal team has been extremely cooperative throughout this GST transition. Thank you so much, Mr. Prakash Shah. We have switched to this group service mode because we won't be able to serve you on single one-to-one for all our customers. We are very glad that you adapted to this change and you're also appreciating us after this historic transition with GST. Hope you are one of the 1500 customers who have successfully switched to GST and you're continuing business with GoFrugal in GST mode. All the best for your future. Ms. Indumati says that the help videos have helped them so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Indumati. We are planning to continue the same for all transactions in POS. As of now, we are doing only for GST masters. For example, after this GST is settled down, few of the customers may having how to replicate loyalty in software, how to give offer for from products. So for all those type of questions, we are planning to do the help videos so that many customers like you might improve your business and gain more margin due to this. You can also use loyalty program to make your customers loyal, and like many configurations, there are hidden features, many features enhancements available in software which are not yet discovered by many retailers. We will be giving help videos to all those modules so that our software is being used to the fullest and the retailer gets the benefits of it. Mr. Venkateswaran Rajaraman has also appreciated us. Thank you so much, Mr. Venkateswaran. Whoever has appreciated us, we want to thank everyone, each single on face. Oh, sorry. We want to appreciate them personally, but since we are doing this in group mode, I'm really thankful to all those people who have attended the webinar for 1 hour every day. I know how it is to do a business and spend 1 hour of your quality time in this GST transition. Thank you so much. You can also post all your feedback about these GST webinars in our GoFrugal YouTube or Facebook channel. I will send you the link. Please make a review in Facebook or YouTube so that all other customers comes to know that the importance of webinar is this much and these many customers have been benefited by that, and more people attend the webinar and also improve their business. Wrapping up to the final minute of this webinar, if in case you need more clarity, we have upcoming webinars lined up for the upcoming days. Even today at 2:30 there is a webinar on the same in Hindi language. Our AssureCare expert Mr. Ajit Singh will be conducting that webinar. Please attend those and have a free talk on Hindi with him. I will share the link of webinar registration. Make sure of your convenient time, register to the webinar and do attend the same. Thank you all for your precious 1 hour of time in this Sunday morning.